Are you finding it very difficult to manage your time on day-to-day basis? Are you someone who is struggling every single day and feeling stressed out for not completing tasks on time when you know that you have enough time in your hand, but still you procrastinate and you end up wasting time on unwanted things and end up not completing the task on hand? Then this video is for you. Hi, my name is Gurudath Kamath. I'm a life transformation coach. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. And I'm on a mission to help and transform 1 million people in the next 5 years through my workshops, through my videos, and through my seminars. And in today's session, I'm going to give you all simple practical tips on how you can manage your time better so that you can be more productive on a day-to-day basis. All right, great. So let me share my screen. And the number one tip which I want to give today when it comes to managing your time, before you start managing your time, the first and the most important thing what you need to do is to conduct a time audit to understand where are you actually spending your time, what are you doing, how much of a time are you spending on on your sleep, on your exercise, on your eating, on your entertainment. It is very important to understand, build awareness. Awareness is number one thing which you need to practice if you want to manage your time better, because first you need to know which activities are you spending how many numbers of minutes or hours on a day-to-day basis. So once you do a timely audit, you'll be able to understand where are you wasting your time and where can you save enough of your time, either in the mornings, either in the evenings, or either in the nights, so that you can understand yourself better. So number one thing is always do a time audit. Number two is creating a daily schedules and sticking with this is very, very, very important. A lot of us, we don't create routines and schedules and we don't follow it. Understand, when you put things in a piece of paper, it becomes more tangible and things fall into perspective. So another habit what you can do every day, either in the early morning or the previous night before you go to bed, you can take a pen and a paper and write down the task for the next day. If you're doing it in a night, or if you're doing it in the early morning, you can write down the tasks that you want to complete today and manage and assign a time. Assign a time for each task when you want to do. This way, your mind settles down, and this is a way how you can tell your mind, listen, these are the things which is very important for me today. So creating daily schedules and sticking with this is very, very, very important. This helps you to manage your time better. Next thing is prioritize wisely. Understand, whatever the hard task or the difficult task of your day, make sure you finish it in the first part of your day. You need to prioritize and focus on things which gives you better outcome in your life. You need to only prioritize those things wherein you have to put your energy and you get the best out of your energy and time you're spending on those tasks. So always prioritize. When you're making a schedule, make sure you prioritize. And what are the important tasks of your day, make sure you do it in the first half of your day. That way you'll end up finishing most of your task in a very quick manner, and you'll end up having more time to yourself. The next thing, when it comes to prioritizing your task, you can use this Eisenhower matrix. It's a very, very, very powerful matrix where you can divide your book, or you can take a pen and a paper and divide it into 4 columns. On the right top, you can write urgent and non-urgent. And the left side, you can write important and non-important. So whatever the task is important and urgent, you can write it in the do column. These are the things which are very important for you, which are very urgent, and you have to do it right now. So like working on your goals, finishing any important projects, filing your taxes or whatever that is. The second column is which is not urgent but is important, which you can do it later. So this is something where you can decide, maybe later in the evening or later in the week. So holding weekly meetings or taking new hire to a lunch, going to the gym, which is not urgent right now to begin with, but it is important, but it's not urgent to immediately do it. The next column is not important and not urgent. This is where you need to delegate the task to someone else who can do it, like organizing or scheduling a team meeting, organizing some documents. If you're working in your team, this is really, really important, where you can delegate your work to someone else. And the last column is not important and not urgent. These are things which you need to delete from your daily activities or your weekly activities, because these are not urgent, plus they're not important in your life. A lot of time we end up doing things in our life or tasks in our day-to-day activities which is not at all important. It can be like wasting enough time on Instagram, social media. It is very important to put your activities into these boxes so that you prioritize wisely. Next thing is Avoid the urge to multitasking. Understand multitasking is not helping you being more productive. At the end, understand when you multitasking, it's not like you're doing two tasks at a time. You're just switching between two tasks. From one task to another task, you're just switching. Right? That is what is multitasking. And understand it's proven by research that when you start multitasking, you lose focus and your energy gets divided into two to three different activities. If you want to get best out of any activity, have a pinpoint focus on one exact task that you want to do. So avoid the urge to multitask. Make sure you focus yourself on one particular task. Next thing is assigning time limits to every task. Very, very, very important. Whenever you have a task to complete, make sure you give deadlines for your task, because this will create a sense of urgency for you to complete the task. A lot of time, we don't even assign a deadline or a timeline for our task and end up taking it very lightly in our life. So make sure you give deadlines to yourself, set timelines so that you create some urgencies to complete the task. Another important tool which you can use is called as a Pomodoro technique. A very, very, very powerful method which is proven by research to improve your productivity and manage your time energy better. How Pomodoro method works is, so whenever you want to make do a task, step one is you create a list of tasks in order by your importance. Once you have a list, set a timer for 25 minutes and work on the first task for the duration of that timer. Once the timer gets off, give a 5 minutes break and then again continue the next 25 minutes. So 25 minutes, 5 minutes break. That is one Pomodoro. You do it for 4 Pomodoros and then you take a longer 15 to 30 minutes of break. The reason why you need to do this is because it is proven by research that when you're working on a task, after 25 minutes, your attention level falls down. And that is when you start getting distracted. So when you give a 5-minute break, in this 5-minute break, it doesn't mean that you use your phone or social media. You just do some meditation or go for a walk, go to the balcony and come back. Just do nothing. Or you can do some stretching. So this helps you to build up your attention level so that you can focus better. A very powerful technique called as a Pomodoro technique. And next, and the most important thing when it comes to managing your time better is, especially if you're working with teams, is learning to say no. Very, very, very important skills. A lot of time we end up taking too many things, too many responsibilities on our head, and we start getting stressed, and then we don't end up doing anything in our life and we mess up every single thing. So please understand your capacity, your limitations, and make sure you start small and take how much of you are able to complete in a day. Learn to say no to people in your life. It is very important if you want to manage your time wisely and give your time to only those things that are really, really important in your life. And next, and the most important thing is eliminate distractions. When you're working, the number one reasons these days, the distractions that we have is a mobile phone. So few things what you can do is switch off the notifications of your apps like social media apps and keep your mobile phone in silence as much as possible. Have some productivity apps installed so that you don't use a mobile phone. You can put it in a sleep mode or put it in a Zen mode wherein you can't use an app for a particular time of period, or whatever else is distracting you, like your video games or some people around your house. If people are distracting you, inform them well in advance saying that, listen, this time to this time I'm working or I'm studying. Please do not call me during this time. If there is anything urgent, drop me a text. I will get back to you. This is one of the best way how you can eliminate distractions so that you can start focusing on what is really, really, really important. All right, these are simple but powerful techniques that I wanted to share. Understand, it is all about the simple practical techniques and strategies that you use on a day-to-day basis, but it makes a huge impact on our life. This is a very simple basic, but on the longer run, it will help you to manage your time, energy better. If you really enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for my channel. Whatever the experience you have, you can also share. If you have some more tips you want to share with other people, you can leave it on the comment section. Also, if you're really interested to learn how to manage your time, energy better, I invite you for my 5-day Conquer Your Life workshop. I've put the link below. You can check the details of the workshop. Really amazing. More than 12,000 people have attended this workshop and they've transformed their life. They've built a strong routine to manage their time, productivity better. So you can check all the details. The link is below. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.